has been worn by people since the dawn of time. Archaeologists have found jewelry among remains of our earliest civilizations. It has been known and used since prehistoric times, where jewelry was often made from shells, stone, and bone. Welcome to Bella Vista and Beyond. I'm Nancy Noyes. Thank you for joining us for this fascinating discussion. Our topic today is antique, vintage, and handmade jewelry. I thought I'd start off first with explaining some of the eras of jewelry. First, we have the Georgian era from 1714 to 1837. Next, the Victorian era is from 1837 to 1901. The Edwardian era is from 1901 to 1915. Then we have the Art Nouveau era, 1890 to 1910. The Art Deco era extends from 1920 to 1945. The Retro era is 1939 to 1950. Vintage is 1950 to 1979, and modern, 1980 to the present. In addition to being decorative, it is likely that from an early age, jewelry was worn as a protection from the dangers of life. An integral part of cultures worldwide, jewelry has not only served as personal adornment, but as a marker of social and personal status, or as a signifier, whether ethnic or religious or social. It can also be a symbol of wealth and cultural identity. Jewelry can tell a story, and I'd like to begin with this retro-era diamond engagement ring, circa 1947. When my mother, Seal, was a young woman, she escaped the heat of Boston, Massachusetts, by going to the seaside town of Hampton, New Hampshire. It was there that she met Dick and his two friends, Elliot and Roland. Seal and Dick fell in love and spent many happy hours on the beach, walking hand in hand. At the time, World War II was raging, and because they were avid outdoorsmen who knew how to ski, the three men decided to enlist in the Army in the famous 10th Mountain Division Ski Troopers. Dick presented Seal with a beautiful engagement ring and asked her to wait for him. She said she would. Tragically, the three friends who left, only Elliot came back alive. Elliot was Dick's best friend, and when he went to pay condolences to Dick's family, he met Seal. Elliot and Seal started seeing each other, and after a while, they fell in love and walked the same beaches Seal and Dick had. So Seal picked out her engagement ring and asked Elliot if she could incorporate Dick's diamond into the ring. He said yes, and with that, Seal designed the very first three-stone wedding ring, representing the past, present, and future. Wearing a sentimental piece of jewelry can remind us of a special person and evoke positive emotions. This 18-karat gold Edwardian era wedding ring belonged to my great-grandmother, and it reminds me that jewelry can span generations and keep us connected to our ancestors. Camille?
Now, what I'm going to be showing you will mostly be pieces and heirlooms from my grandmother. But the first one I want to show you is my very own wedding ring. This platinum ring is called an eternity ring, and it is encompassed with diamonds all the way around, and that means that you're going to be in love eternally. And this was my husband's mother's, and I believe it came from around 1920, so it's well over 100 years old.
Oh my, that's wonderful. So this Art Deco white gold filigree cocktail ring is from 1920 and once belonged to my grandmother. She must have looked stunning wearing this.
The next one I want to show you is also a family heirloom. This is another unusual ring. It is a double serpent head ring. Don't know if you can see it, but the one eye is a diamond and one eye is a ruby, and that is representative of eternal love, and it could also be used to kind of keep you and protect you from danger.
Excellent. Wasn't that a men's ring too?
And it was actually a men's ring, and I had it
Yes.
sized to fit me.
Wonderful. That's just great. The next ring is an antique Victorian white gold filigree ring with diamonds and sapphires from 1893. It belonged to my grandmother, and she wore it as a pinky ring. Here we have an Art Deco gold and sapphire flower ring from 1932 that belonged to my mother. Sapphires were her favorite stone. Next, I would like to show this brass initial ring, which was made in Mexico while we watched. And finally, we'll take a look at a vintage black onyx and 10-karat gold class ring from 1961. It belonged to my aunt-in-law. I'm sure she had many happy memories of high school wearing this ring.
Jewelry can determine how we see others and how others see us. So we're going to talk about bracelets now, and the first one I want to show you comes from 1875. Now this is called a gold mesh, it's gold plated or gold filled mesh Victorian slide bracelet with a tassel. So these were worn probably by the ladies in the Gilded Age
Yes.
at that time.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's pretty unique. Here again from my grandma.
Oh. Here is an interesting bracelet created with some vintage earrings. It is beautiful and just shows just what you can do with other pieces of jewelry to create something new and exciting. I really like this one, don't you, Camille?
I love that one.
It's really fun.
Now there's a little bit of a sad story behind this bracelet. This is gold plated and it has stones in it, semi-precious stones throughout. But this porcelain part right here in the middle originally had a painting on it similar to this. Just a little Victorian looking painting. And my friend at the office decided she wanted to clean this for me, so she put it in the ultrasonic cleaner and it took that painting right off. So I no longer have that.
Oh, it's still beautiful,
it's
though.
Still beautiful.
It really
but
is.
it's
But it would have been nice with the painting,
It
too.
would.
These retro and vintage charm bracelets were extremely popular in the 1940s and 1950s. My mother has charms from all of the important aspects of her life, from her nursing training to my dad's sports charms to her children and even her travels. Quite spectacular, really. I started my own charm bracelet because my mother had one and I admired her so much. I used mine to collect charms from all around the world and the different countries I went to, as well as some of my personal milestones. Another interesting thing that you can do with a charm bracelet is to link them together with a gold chain and wear them as a necklace. For example, I often love wearing my mother's and my charm bracelets hooked together as a necklace. It's quite the statement piece.
So they would be hanging right across through here?
Right in here,
Oh,
yes.
that would be gorgeous.
Yes, they
Very
are.
nice.
And it just shows that you can do different things with your jewelry if you have the imagination,
Exactly.
to do it.
That's nice. Well, we don't want to forget about the Native Americans. These two bracelets are from the Navajo tribe. This first one is a tufa cast silver bracelet, and it's from around the 1950s. And of course, you can see the turquoise in there. And then the second one is pretty unique. It's got designs in there that were hand carved. There's one called whirling logs, another one are arrows, and then there is the turquoise, 3 pieces of turquoise, And this is considered, both of them are considered cuff bracelets.
Another aspect of enjoying jewelry is doing unusual and interesting things with your pieces. I would like to share this fabulous button bracelet. Yes, it's made of interesting and unusual buttons sewn onto a crocheted bracelet. Who knew buttons could be so spectacular?
That is spectacular.
Let's take a look at our next category, brooches or pins. How do you like this colorful vintage double cockatoo bird with rhinestones? How fun!
I remember my grandmother wearing this Cameo. Cameos have been popular forever and ever, and this one happens to be black onyx with the carving out of white agate. She wore this many times, and I think this is probably from the 40s or 50s.
Beautiful. That is just exquisite. Yes. Well, here you see an Art Deco crafted seashell pin from 1939. Just look at the stunning detail. Another pin on the seashell theme is this retro white mother of pearl with hand-painted shell flowers. It's really fun to wear this. It's so unique. I don't know how they did this. It's really quite spectacular.
This is another family piece, and I think it's from 1930 because I recognize the initials on this monogram pin, and that woman would have purchased this in around the 1930s. So it's just an Art Deco monogram pin with marcasites, and so that makes it shiny and very pretty to wear.
Absolutely. Very blingy.
Very blingy.
Here's a pretty Art Deco guilloche rose ceramic and rhinestone set with screwback earrings. And we don't have those screwback earrings anymore, so it's really quite old.
And if you think jewelry is just for women, this indeed is for a man. This is a men's Victorian tie bar pin from around 1900. And it's hand scrolled, and the insignia that's in the middle appears to be of the Navy, maybe an anchor, so it's probably World War I.
Very nice. I like that a lot. This 1985 modern handmade multimedia brooch is so much fun. A happy smiling sun face. The creator was such an artist.
And Nancy talked earlier about how some pieces of jewelry can have to do with your job. This is a very unusual man's tie clip, and what we are looking at here is a snare that a dog catcher would use. So this tie clip was part of the uniform for a dog catcher to wear on his uniform while he was in training. Isn't that different?
I've saved my best for last. My mother was a jewelry maker among many other talents, and she crafted this beautiful brass, silver, and green star sapphire retro snowflake pin. Isn't it wonderful? I think it must have been difficult to cut out the brass, though. I don't know how she did that. And my absolute favorite is this exquisite snowflake pin made through the lost wax process. Wow.
Let me see that.
You like that?
That's very nice, yes.
Yeah.
That would be hard to do.
It would.
She's very talented.
Thank you.
Well, let's move on to necklaces. This is probably my fanciest piece. This is from 1880. It is the Victorian locket, not a locket, but a necklace that's got platinum. These are diamonds in here and a drop of a pearl. And here again, you can just see the Gilded Age ladies wearing these.
Absolutely.
Very spectacular.
Wow. This beautiful, modern, handmade screen stone pendant is very bold and distinctive.
It is, yes. This is another Art Deco piece. It is, of course, silver, and then we have marcasite. And this is a little bit of piece of a lavender glass that is within the framework of the marcasite. That's a bit unusual, but lovely indeed.
Here we see another interesting piece. It is a 1948 retro gold Schinderkraft embroidered pettipoint necklace with an attached magnifying glass.
Oh, goodness.
And there you can see the magnifying glass. I guess people used to like to do this to read more clearly. So
take it jewelry shopping.
there you go. Or we could use a loop,
Yeah,
maybe.
there you go.
So, all right.
That's super.
Yeah, I like that. This is a modern 1984 silver heart necklace, and it's certainly a powerful piece. This modern 1985 green agate statement piece with contrasting stones. So this piece is doubly functional because you can wear it as a pin as well as a pendant.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, that's
So get
nice. That's beautiful.
two for the money, I guess. Two different ways to wear it. Yeah. And I've seen that done in a lot of pieces of jewelry, haven't you?
Yes, I
Yeah.
have. Another thing I want to share is this 1880 Victorian 14-karat gold Elgin pocket watch. When you look at the decor or the engraving on that, I believe this must be intended for a lady. And plus the way we have a little chain to wear it. So I'm going to consider that this was a lady's pocket watch.
I
It's
agree.
Just lovely.
Oh,
It's
yes.
So spectacular.
Beautiful. Absolutely. Here we have another piece of gorgeous handmade jewelry, and it is a 1982 rainbow fluorite necklace with amethyst.
Nice.
Yeah, not bad, huh? So, oh, this is really interesting too. Check out this 1950 retro hand-carved Ecuadorian coin. Can you imagine how they actually did this? Some of the detail is so very fine. It's incredible.
That's gorgeous.
Yes.
This is a little bit older than me. This is a locket that is hand engraved with a pink gold flower, and I have a picture at home of me wearing this locket as a toddler.
Oh, that's
I
lovely.
know that it came around just a bit before I was born.
Great. Here is an interesting bird's nest, modern 1989 necklace with amethyst. The amethyst was my mother's birthstone and also mine, so she favored a lot of pieces with amethyst, and I do too. It's a lovely stone, don't you think?
Oh, I do think so. This is pretty unique. This is something, here again, my grandmother, she would wear this when she was going out in the evening and got gussied up. These are crystals that are in the Aurora Borealis finish, and that makes them reflect in a little bit of a multicolor. And then we
yes.
have matching earrings, and these earrings are clip-on, which we don't really have much more anymore. We don't use those much anymore. We can keep from it. We're not very comfortable, are they?
No, they're not as much as pierced earrings.
Right.
So I love this. This is an Art Deco multimedia piece of glass stones and matching earrings from 1930.
That's gorgeous.
It's just beautiful, I think. Why don't you show your vintage glass
Well, I
earrings?
didn't I? Okay, here they are. These are the earrings that go with this, and if you can see, they match just totally, and they're very lovely.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to show the green ones, but you can show
Well,
those later. Maybe do.
I
Okay.
Maybe I do
That's
need to.
fine.
Is it time? I thought you were going to talk about your very favorite treasure.
Yes, absolutely. Well, my favorite treasure, my very favorite. Before I do that, though, let me tell you about this silver wings pin. And it is just gorgeous. Again, it has multi-stones, and it's just a joy to wear this. This was,
Oh, yes.
yeah, this was one of my mother's pieces as well. And luckily, I inherited most of this jewelry
I really like
from,
that.
yeah, isn't that pretty? So, oh, that's great. Now we'll get to my favorite piece. And it is this. This is my very favorite piece of jewelry of all time. In 1983, what it is a 1983 gold wire wrapped quartz crystal pendant with amethyst. I love to dig crystals at the Ron Coleman Crystal Mine outside Hot Springs in Jesseville, Arkansas. I saw this gorgeous piece in the Galleria Mall in Dallas. But alas, it was too expensive. Then, somehow, my brother bought it as a surprise Christmas gift. I have worn it and loved it ever since.
It's a wonderful story. I love that. Well, now we're going to move on to earrings. We cannot afford to not mention earrings. And the first ones I want to show you here again are from Grandma. They are not of any value. They're Art Deco. They're probably just synthetic emeralds. But what is so unique about them is, and this is before we call our earrings post nowadays, this was a screw back. So you actually had to screw that back on, which would, of course, keep it on your ear a little bit more safely.
Yes, exactly.
So I thought that was a nice way of doing it back then. But so those are very old.
Yes.
Some that I have, my grandmother took me to help me buy these. These are the first pair of earrings I ever purchased. They are gold-plated, and the reason she suggested that I pick these up is because of the two pieces of coral that are in the center of these. And you know, Nancy, I think I paid $7 for these.
Oh,
and I thought
my.
I was breaking the bank.
Well, they are beautiful, and that's such a lovely story, too.
It's a
It
nice
really
story,
is a
isn't it?
good story. Yes, it is.
And another pair from Grandma these are called chandelier earrings, and these are Victorian, and they are hand engraved. They're probably from around 1880. And the reason they're called chandeliers is there's three different parts that can move. A drop earring is similar to what I'm wearing on my ear today, which is just one part drops from the attachment. But when it's three or more parts, then they're called chandelier earrings.
Beautiful. And I learned that from you.
And I really always love those earrings.
Exactly. Jewelry can be made with many materials, not just precious metals and gemstones. Here we have two pair of modern handmade papier-mâché earrings.
Wonder if that was hard to do.
I know, it looks really kind of creative, doesn't it?
It is very creative.
So,
Yes. And another type of chandelier, these are, and we talked earlier about using fake stones. These are fake rubies and probably fake pearls, but they make a lovely, beautiful piece of jewelry that someone could buy, and they're probably from around the 1930s. So I've enjoyed wearing those.
oh, they're lovely, really are great.
And the last ones I want to show you, these are Art Deco, and these are probably from around the 1940s. These are Mexican. They're from a jeweler in Mexico called Taxco, and they are sterling silver, and they have an amethyst attached to them. And they, of course, the old-time screw back. So here again, these aren't as comfortable as tears.
Yeah,
That's why we
no.
like those nowadays. Anyway, those are just lovely too.
These are late Georgian, early Victorian, 1837 gold drop earrings with garnets.
Oh,
Pretty,
I
huh?
love those, yeah.
So they come from Germany. They're special to me because they were a gift from my Army boyfriend stationed there when I was still in high school. So these are very, very beautiful and very precious.
Are they your birthstone? Or?
No, it's a garnet, which is the January birthstone. So, but I still love them anyway.
Yeah.
And nowadays, I think that people used to wear blingy things just for dress up, but now you can wear bling for any time of the
Whatever
day
you
with
want.
jeans, with T-shirts.
We're free to do whatever
That's
we
right,
want now.
exactly.
Yep,
So,
yep.
all right. So, jewelry can help individuals express their own unique style and personality. It can also be a smart investment for the modern woman. High-quality, timeless pieces are made from precious metals and gemstones, often appreciate over time, providing not just sentimental value, but financial security. Celebrating great accomplishments like graduations, job promotions, and other achieved goals with jewelry is a fantastic way to regularly remind us to feel pride in our ability. Every time we wear that jewelry, we know that we can do whatever we set our minds to. When we feel strong and able, we can challenge ourselves to do more and better our community. Jewelry can make us feel renewed and desirable. Thank you for watching. We hope that this show will help you take a new look at your jewelry and appreciate its many benefits. I'm Nancy Noyes for Bella Vista and Beyond. Be sure to join us next time when we will be talking about dolls and not just Barbies.